frustrated when people go after politicians who've made love to a couch. I want elected officials who represent me. So if you're not willing to stick your meat whistle between two pillows or any kind of furniture to create friction to get off, the system is flawed. I'm not a pervert, but I think he's going for an in-the-park cream pie, and I'm gonna slide face first into home. But we're waiting in line for pizza and it started raining, and it could be rain or pizza's an aphrodisiac and some piglet just started squirting. Who knows? I'm not a pervert, but I usually keep people's names in my phone based on the contraceptives that they're using. There's a big difference between Becky Pill and Becky Pullout, because one you can shoot your boy nectar in, the other you gotta put it on her face. I'm not a pervert. I thought this was a lineup for a swingers club because there's so many couples, but it's only a place for bagels. Oh well, next time. Next time I'll be a bull for someone. Tonight, and I said, I gotta be honest with you, I've never had a 1970s fur burger, but I'm all about putting my population base right into the hippo's yawn. I'm not a pervert, but I just saw this chick pull out her underwear from the dryer and she sniffed them to see if they're clean, I guess. And I'm like, hey, sniff tester, right here, do it for free. Not even doing laundry today, just hanging out, waiting for someone to say, dude, can you sniff test? I'm not a pervert, but I just saw this hot couple and the chick had a walking boot and I thought, oh my God, you destroyed her. I've definitely stretched some holes, but I've never, ever made someone wear a walking boot. I'm not a pervert, but this is how an orgy starts. You guys starting an orgy? I think they're gonna smash in a hallway. Your boy's gonna sneak back and catch a little look-see from the door. I'm not a pervert, but I'm telling you, go out, buy some flowers. You're gonna be able to stretch any hole. Anything that you would recommend? Flowers? Any flowers you recommend? Got some fucking alcohol and smooches. LFG moments. I'm sending out way too many pictures of my D. I'm sending it out like it's the cure to famine. It's not even 10 a.m. on Thursday, and I've sent out 14. But I love it. I'll take a Viagra and rub it up with coconut oil and do a proper photo shoot. It's out of control. I could get the 4s and the 5s with this kisser. But then when they meet me, they get so upset, they go, that wasn't you. I'm like, but you wouldn't have met me if I used my picture. So who's really in the wrong here? And by the way, that picture represents my personality. And quite frankly, I don't like your personality right now. This date's over. But this chick just had a pair of coconuts that were so big and her sports bra was so tight. I'm like, lady, you're gonna pop those and turn them into pina coladas. I didn't want to say anything because that's inappropriate, but if they did spring a leak, you know your boy's drinking them. Not a pervert, but sometimes you go into a New York City public restroom because A, you need to pee, but 2, you don't know what the glory hole situation is. So you gotta go, you gotta check it out with your own eyes. Pervert, but me and the piglets just did yoga and we're waiting in line for Froyo. Because you know Froyo's an aphrodisiac and they're looking to get their holes stretched. I'm not a pervert, but I just had to get off the train. There was this chick wearing this short dress, and I saw the muffin staring right at me from the backside. And I was like, Jesus crimey. It was a peach cobbler. I couldn't believe it. It looked at me and said, hey there, hungry fella. Just going downtown on a chick, yum, 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 and she squirted right over me. Look at my shirt, ruined my shirt. I said, what are you doing? She goes, oh, my apology, this happens all the time. I'm like, you should have warned me. I have to go get a bagel right now. I'm so hungry. I'm like, you gotta give me a heads up that it's coming. And for those who are like, why are you wearing a t-shirt while you're dining at the Y? Well, you don't understand lust. I walked into her room and she jumped right over me, all over me. I'm not a pervert, but wouldn't I mind to be a dog right now? I could use a couple kisses and a couple rubs on my head. I'm not a pervert, but there was a guy draining his pipe right on the train, so I tapped him on his shoulder and I said, buddy, I know what you're doing under the book bag. That's why I carry a fanny pack. When nature calls, nature calls. So I took my phone and pressed it against his phone to airdrop so we could be Eskimo bros. wasn't on purpose. It was an accident. I hadn't eaten in 12 hours and I was waiting for Uber Eats. Also, I cannot be the only man in North America that drools on someone while they're inside of me. I can't be. I mean, it was a lot of drool, but I just can't be the only man in North America. I don't think this is gay, but there was this ripped gym bro I was working out beside, and the definition was incredible. So I did what any normal dude would do. I followed him into the sauna to see what the whole package looked like, and my suspicion was right. Amazing. Amazing, but I got lightheaded, and I had to leave. I guess it was from the heat, or one could argue it was all the blood that rushed to my junk. I'm not a pervert if I'm watching a hot couple in public making out. It's no different than a Taylor Swift concert. It's a show. I'm an audience member, especially if they're hot and they're in college, where she's got those perkies and you can see how hard he is like a pane of glass. It's just normal human behavior. It's the fountain of life. It makes my hair grow back every time I watch a young couple lock lips. And in fact, if you're not watching, you're the sick one. What's wrong with you? I'm not a pervert, but the idea of the person that I'm dating getting drilled by another guy when I'm not there, the idea turns me on incredibly. Just the idea as I'm rubbing one out, the idea of them getting stretched and drilled makes me bust a nut. Sat down on a chair at a coffee shop after a smoke show got up, and oh my God, instant turn on. I've never thought sitting down on a chair that was warm could turn you on, but then like it was a smoke show. What could I do? I've gotten hard from a hug, a platonic hug, and the other person didn't know. But this, just sitting there in the coffee shop, nobody knowing, everyone just on their laptop, and I'm just sitting there with the raging hard on. Man, life couldn't be better. I just saw some chick's clam protruding through her yoga pants. It was so big, I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was the size of a seafood tower. I'm telling you, there's not a man in the world that I know that could go down there and finish the job. You would need some Greek mythological giant, 12 feet tall, massive hands. Maybe, and then maybe he could finish the job. Bust a nut, especially on a Sunday. Some people use this day to hang out with their family or friends or God. I use this day to grab an edible and half a Viagra and rub one out. Spa day for the boys. I'm not a pervert, but I just got out of the yoga class at my gym, and everyone was in downward dog, and there was a smoke show right in front of me, so I did what any normal man would do, and I took a couple whiffs. I went, but after the second whiff, I instinctively went, oh, it smelled great. And everyone just looked at me, and so I just, quick on the feet, said, tough class. And everyone went back to stretching, and we went back to sniffing. I'm not a pervert, but as much as I like donuts, I like a chick's muffin right over my face. It's the best thing ever. I'm not a misogynist, but I did have a female pilot yesterday, and I'm okay with that. I say let him fly, let him vote. We did have a 6-hour delay yesterday. A 6-hour delay yesterday. Now, it could have been the weather, or could have been her small hands. I'm all about women's rights and I'm all about equality, but let me tell you something. At this Airbnb I'm staying at, every day it's just women hanging out, reading books and suntanning by the pool. There's not a guy in sight. So when you say women have it rougher than men, are you talking about Uttar Pradesh? Some fucking city that's 3,000 miles away from here or 5,000 miles away from here? Because in Austin, Texas, these broads are living the life of Riley. I'm not a pervert, but as an OnlyFans connoisseur, 112 subscriptions to be exact, I'm only doing for the conversations. And people tell me, joke's on you, you're actually speaking to some dude in India. There's no chance some guy in Mumbai is DMing me, hey babe, you want to see the chocolate starfish? Because I paid the $10 extra, and I've seen the chocolate starfish, so I'm here to debunk that. I'm not a pervert, but we could all admit we're letting that crazy chick from Baby Reindeer ride you. Like, there's no chance I'm saying no. You can say no, she's not your type, but that's gonna be the greatest sex of your life. Guaranteed. Guaranteed what you're into, greatest sex of your life. I'm letting her get on top, put her fupa on top of my fupa. I'm lasting 18 seconds. So one of my friends just had a baby and she has titty milk, and I'm a huge fan of titty milk. So I was wondering, is it inappropriate to send her a message, say, hey, I know you might have an extra few ounces. Do you mind if we work out a deal? And it doesn't have to be anything like sexual. It just can be, I don't know, platonic titty milk relationship. I don't know. I don't know if that's over the line, but let me know what you think. Not a pervert, but I've been told I'm pretty good under the hood.
Do you guys need someone to check it out?
I'm not a pervert, but I got way too stoned yesterday. I had to do an epic goon session, 3 hours long. It was insane. That devil was hiding in my sack, and you had to bust him out. My train stop because I found someone's Instagram profile and they just posted beach pics and they were all oiled up, and I started to get hard on the train. Public transportation for $3.25. This is what you get in New York City, and I couldn't get off for 2 stops. I was just sitting there and I was like thinking of disgusting pigs, and I couldn't get the right disgusting pig in my head, so I missed it by 3 stops, had to circle back, and it was, it was a waste of 10 minutes. I'm not a pervert, but I think I just saw the perfect pair of jugs. I had to stop my run. As soon as I saw them, I went, holy hammers, and I never bring the good Lord into anything. So I went down the checklist for confirmation, and it was 10 out of 10 in terms of heaviness. Spatial covers between the right and the left. You could stick a cucumber in there. You know the boys love hearing that one. And then the most important part of mommy milkers is the futa, the fat upper titty area. And I gotta be honest with you, immaculate. I got stood up last night and I sent the deposit. And I never expected to make a video about this. I thought I maybe might make a video about how I had my mouth around some delicious mommy milkers. But here we are. And this is an important life lesson for everyone out there. Whether you're into jugs of milk, or you're into feet, or you're into some piglet squatting over your face and letting one rip in your mouth. It doesn't matter what you're into. There's someone out there who's willing to do it. You can take away my money, but you cannot take away my desires. I'm not a creep, but if you're gonna post a picture on your Instagram stories that's very sexy on a beach at night looking sexy, and you don't think guys are screenshotting that picture to repurpose that for their personal time later, what are you, crazy? Sometimes you get lucky and you'll see two different people who don't even know each other with hot pictures on their Instagram stories, so you screenshot it, take it to an editing program, and then crop it together, and you're like, yo, I guess we're having a threesome tonight. nothing illegal, but over the years of acquaintances, extended family members that I have no blood relation to, and it's okay to hook up with, even though I wouldn't tell anybody. But I have that all over my computer, and I'm just not gonna delete them. So I had to drop it off at the computer store, and I'm like, guy, here's my password, but not safe for work. Not safe for work at all. I'm not cheap, but there was a guy selling chocolates on the train, and way overpriced, way overpriced. $3 for a Snickers? And I don't care that you have your little boy with you trying to use that as a sales tactic, but I'm not paying $3 for a Snickers. And this has nothing to do with me having a big nose and growing up with horns on my head. This is just what's fair is fair. So I bargained with him for 6 minutes, I think it was 4 stops, and I got him to lower the price to $2.50 a Snickers. What's fair is fair. And there was a mother nursing right out in the open. Like, you could see everything. If it was a full moon, people would have been taking pictures. And then a rush of people came on the train during rush hour, so I had to move a couple steps to the right. And as I moved those 2 steps to the right, it puts me right in the slot. Right, if the baby just ducks out of the way, I get soaked. I'm soaked. Nickelodeon, I'm soaked. Right? And then she looked at me. She saw that I went from one position to the other, and I'm like, no, rush hour. So I had to turn my back to make it not awkward anymore. And then I'm looking at the reflection of myself. Nobody wins there. hook up with an oppressed minority because I know your right to climax is the most important right in the world. I destroyed a fleshlight last night with one of my boys. Top 10 threesome ever. Maybe top 5. Best one ever. Best one ever. Honestly, if it had legs, it'd be walking funny today. I don't even think it'd be walking at all. We dropped the hammer. Life is beautiful when you have great friends. Don't forget that. I'm not a pervert, but once in a while things catch your eye, and today at the gym, I'm stretching beside a chick who's wearing gray yoga pants, stretching beside me, and she was lifting up her legs, and out of the corner of my eye, not a direct shot, corner of my eye, I noticed that there was like a little perspiration around the box, like on the insides. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's so hot. Previous to that, I ideally want a box to smell like, you know, it just came out of the dryer with fresh linens and stuff. But this has changed my mind. And by the way, that fresh linen smell happens less than 12% of the time, just to let you know. not a pervert, but I can't move my neck to the left because my neighbors were going at it all night last night. All night. So I said, okay, well, if you're gonna have multiple orgasms, I gotta have one. So I was listening against the wall, trying to time it so I could bust a nut when they bust a nut. But they wouldn't finish. I don't know, maybe they were like on MDMA. And so I just had my left ear against the wall for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't even know. But now I can't look to the left. I'm not a pervert, but my buddy's wife is pregnant, and I have a huge lactation fetish. So how inappropriate is it to ask for a glass of titty milk? Like, come on. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would give him a glass. Well, if there was anything left, there wouldn't be any milk left. My kid would starve. My kid would starve. I'm not a pervert, but there was this couple who had hickeys on their neck, and I'm like, yo, I gotta ask them if it ended at the hickey or did they smash? Because right now, you're in the spank bank, so I need a little bit more information for later tonight when we land this plane. female athletes accidentally lock their boxes like a Chinese finger trap and start rubbing their muffins right on the field, right in front of everyone. They might not get a podium finish, but you just won gold for the boys. To town on my fleshlight. I did all the moves, including finishing it off between the box spring and mattress, also known as the double-decker cream pie. Never slept better in my life. I'm not a pervert, but I'm in the back of an Uber pool right now, and I wonder if I could ask a guy if he wants to tag a piglet, because there's no better way to find an Eskimo brother than the back of an Uber. I'm not a pervert, but I was watching the soccer games yesterday and it made me think about female soccer because I was once watching a game where a chick scored a goal, ripped off her jersey, running around in a sports bra. Everyone was excited. So why are we even letting them play with goalies? If there's a chance that they're gonna rip off their jersey and just run around the field in a sports bra, there should be no goalies allowed. And if you don't rip off your jersey, we're gonna give you a yellow card. We're gonna give you a red card. You're out of here. Not a pervert, but I know women like a little cream pie, and I gotta be honest with you, I like a little drippage from the exhaust pipe too, and that's why I'm excited because I found this pack of Emergency Plan B. Emergency Plan B. The cream pie gods are smiling down on us today, boys. And so any of you ladies who are into getting stuffed and filled, hit your boy up in his DMs. I'm not a misogynist, but certain men should have the right to catcall for the betterment of society. A firefighter who is saving lives in those hot suits in the middle of summer, if he sees a sexy chick wearing those tight yoga shorts where they got that camel toe protruding at the front, bigger than my forehead, for the morale. I'm not a misogynist, but certain men should have... I'm still waking up with morning wood every day, in my 40s. 40s, morning wood. Now, it's not like my 20s where I would get up. I would be so hard, I could run through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man. But I'm telling you, it's a sign from the universe. Life is good. Today's gonna be a great day. Now get up and breed a hole. No excuse for depression. Took a cold shower, popped in a Zyn, rubbed one out, feel amazing. Do you guys have any Zyns? Zyns? Sick. I'm not a pervert, but I just went haktua all over my meat, and I gotta be honest with you, it was amazing. I had the haktua 42 different times to complete, but it was one of the best nuts ever. But my sheets are completely soaked right now. I'm not a pervert, but I just saw this homeless chick. 7 out of 10, maybe 8. And I'm not talking about like on the unhoused scale. I'm talking about same scale as Taylor Swift, like right underneath it. And she asked me for $1. I'm like, $1? Just be patient. Some dude's gonna marry you. By the way, great tan lines. Not a pervert, but I just saw this homeless chick. 7 out of 10, maybe 8. And I'm not talking about like on the unhoused scale. I'm talking about same scale as Taylor Swift, like right underneath it. And she asked me for $1. I'm like, $1? Just be patient. Some dude's gonna marry you. By the way, great tan lines. I'm not a pervert, but there was this sexy chick at the pool, incredible rack, would have sucked them for days. And she was struggling putting suntan lotion on, so I said, as an ally, male feminist, I'm like, ma'am, I can help you out if you need. And she gave me a dirty look. I'm like, what's the point of being a feminist if in times of need, I can't even help you out? By the way, incredible puppies. not a pervert, but I saw this couple fooling around in the park and immediately stopped my run because obviously we're gonna get a closer look. I think he was flicking her bean, but as soon as they saw me, he pulled his hand away from the box. What a party pooper. And then for a moment, we had a bromance moment. The hand was up in the air. I thought he was gonna ask me to sniff it, and that's not my thing, but I was prepared to sniff. I was totally prepared to sniff. I'm not a pervert, but sometimes you don't want to go down on a chick, snack on the meat whistle fly trap, and they'll be upset at you. That's why you just say, hey, I'm fasting. I don't want to break a fast. I would love to dine at the Y, but right now, I've got to take care of my health. I love raw dogging more than I love my family, and it's not even close. I just broke down the numbers. I think about being in someone without a rubber at least once an hour, and I maybe call my family once a week, maybe, if I'm not occupied by thinking about barebagging. Telling you, bubble tea after you bust a nut, game changer. The benefits you get from it, dude, you gotta hydrate after you bust, and then you gotta lower that blood pressure and get that heart down. As an old guy, when you're in your 40s, you gotta get some bubble tea after you nut. Here's how I know I'm in love. I throw it in you raw. I'm in you raw. And when I pull out, I don't roll over and go, oh my God, what did I just do? I need to get tested. But my favorite position used to be missionary, and now it's doggy style. It's doggy style while a couple's doggy style, and I'm underneath them. And you know what they say? Location, location, location. And if this interests you, make sure you bring a towel, because when you got beachfront property, you're gonna get wet. Never pull out. Never pull out. I mean, if you're irresponsible enough to have a kid with me, that's on you. I'm not a pervert, but I love slump busters. Just a 1 out of 10. Some piglet who wants to get on top of me and ride me because they find me attractive. You're disgusting, and I love it. In the grocery store, look at that little angle. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stretch your mom's hole because you clearly need a father figure in your life, and I'm gonna take charge. I accidentally finished in my flashlight within 30 seconds. It was so embarrassing. I swear, it's never happened that quick before. And now it's so awkward because every time I walk by it as it's on the dish rack drying, it won't even look at me. selling your holes for $150 to $500 a pop. For what it's worth, I prefer the $150 a pop because I only need about 10 minutes. But either way, happy Pride, love is love. Is undeniably the greatest version of the threesome. To be able to tag a piglet with your buddy and then see his OOO face, that's gonna be the best man at your wedding, or your husband. I'm not a pervert, but I once hooked up with a chick and gave her the night of her life. Oh my God, it was amazing. So good that the next day she became a lesbian because I guess she realized she'll never be able to get D like that again. I'm not a pervert, but I was watching beach volleyball. It could be the greatest sport ever. I was so caught up in the moment. One player went up to spike the ball, the other player went up to block the ball, and I just yelled out, "Kiss!" And I'm like, that's the sport. 6-on-6, all oiled up, no net, no balls, just making out in the sand, bigger than the Super Bowl. pervert, but I just saw this family of 6 and I said, I get it. My dad has 6 kids too, and he told me he's all about that pump and dump lifestyle. And let me tell you something, like father, like son, I love a meat whistle flytrap that's hungry for seed. Anytime you hear about a woman getting a breast reduction later in life, you know she's doing it for the greater good of society. She's holding on to the very last minute, that 25th hour, to give every man a fair shake at looking at those heavy hitters. For what it's worth, I won't lie, would have loved to put my head in between them before you got the surgery, but as long as you're comfortable, that's all that matters. So some chicks have fupas. What are you gonna do? They're gonna block the holster. We're gonna live in a fupa-less society? Doesn't sound like a fun place to me. Sounds like North Korea. Those electrolytes are a scam. All you need to do... I'm not a pervert, but there they go. I've been waiting for that for 2 minutes. Those electrolytes are a scam. All you need to do is choke the chicken or flick the bean, take a power nap for 10 minutes, wake up in a pool of drool, and I just saved you a lot of money. guys mind if I shoot one thing? Thanks. I'm not a pervert, but I love a sauna hookup. There's nothing like burning calories and busting a nut. That's a phenomenal day. Thanks. I'm not a pervert, but I'm in the back of an Uber, and I want to cut down costs, so I think I'm going to offer Roadhead. I'm not a pervert, but sometimes I like to be drained from the taint to the tip. Sometimes a tongue in my cornhole, but only on special occasions. Don't want to make that an everyday thing. I'm not that crazy. I'm not a pervert, but this chick told me her box never smells. And I said, ever? Even me, who has floral smelling nuts. Once in a while, lilacs to be exact. But once in a while, I have to still wash the wrinkleberries. So you're telling me you wake up with morning breath, but you don't wake up with morning muffin? I don't believe that. A lot of Texans shit on New York City, and let me tell you something, Texas ain't perfect either. And before you're like, what are you gonna say about Texas, you East Coast queer? I fucking love it here. I'm gonna move here. But let me just tell you something. These cockroaches are the size of golf balls. They're disgusting. So all you guys can complain about all these migrants in New York City. Let me tell you, I'd rather be around a bus full of illegals than 1,000 cockroaches the size of golf balls. I respect all women, so this goes out to all you single mothers on Mother's Day. I was raised by a single mom, and I know how stressful it could be. So if you need a man to talk to, don't send me a DM. But if you are a horny, yummy mummy, just a thirsty single mom, shoot your boy a DM. I'd love to take a Viagra and destroy your box. But I was just in yoga class and the teacher said this is a time to practice self-love, and I'm like, ma'am, I can't practice it right here. No chick's gonna be able to focus on downward dog. All these piglets gonna be focusing on my hog. Very inappropriate statement. I'm not a racist, but I was just on a run and I saw this big fitness bro, and usually I don't see color, but today I did. So I gave him a thumbs up, like, hey, I'm also a fitness bro, we're in this together. But when I gave him the thumbs up because I was running, it came across more like, I'm an ally, thumbs up. And he gave me a dirty look. I was like, oh my God, I feel brutal right now. I guess this is what white guilt is? Ugh. I'm not a pervert, but sometimes I'll wear sweatpants just to see how many chicks have the wandering eyes. And it's out of control. Some just can't keep their eyes off the sausage. Eyes up here, ladies. Jeez, it's like throwing bread around pigeons. More and more just keep on coming, like you gotta get out of there. There's too many of you. You naughty little piglets. This chick just had the sweatiest tits. It's not even 10 in the morning. Let those puppies breathe. God damn, and they were just like average size, not shaming, I'm just saying nice average size, but they were working like 36 double Ds. Steam coming out of each side like it's a locomotive. Next stop, my mouth. to the rubbing tugs, but just for the massage, not for the tug. I'm only there for the massage. I have bad lower back pain, but they insist afterwards. They're like, we want to give you the tug. And so, to be a good guy, I'm like, sure, when in Rome or Chinatown, I am not going to be rude. I like to think I'm a man's man, but I do sit down when I pee. It's way more comfortable, and it's not even close. Just sitting there, weight of the world off your shoulders, with your lipstick and mascara on, never going back to standing up again. Love the feeling of the bidet on full blast right inside my hole. We're just going full blast, nothing crazy sexual about it. We're just full blast, water slide for my hole. pay for OnlyFans, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I have 76 subscriptions because it's art. I like the art where I watch some chick get her box filled by a horse-hung dude. You can go hang your nerdy Picasso on the wall. But sometimes I'll take a Viagra when I'm at the gym, just so when I go into the showers, I'm fully hard, just in case. You never know. You never know when there's a guy looking for a bull, a fit bull at the gym to dom out his wife. So you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. I'm not a pervert, but I do like when a woman wears high heels and gently steps on my nuts. And before someone's like, white boy be crazy, I mean just a little tap, not anything aggressive, like killing an ant. A little squish into the left on my nut sacks. And I was thinking, how did I get into this? And then I remembered when I was growing up, me and my buddies used to gas pedal each other. We would grab our legs and then squish our nuts. This was in college, but I remember being super hard. I'm not a pervert, but I did just watch some chick adjust her frontal wedgie, and it wasn't just a regular subtle adjustment. She grabbed that denim and pulled. I was like, oh my God, spit into my mouth. I thought she was anchoring a tug of war tip. Just, it was crazy. But for what it's worth on these humid days, ladies, if the good Lord would like the camel toe, the good Lord will get the camel toe. I'm not a pervert, but who isn't pecker checking at the gym? They're all over the place in the locker room. There's a row of meat whistles. You gotta look down. You're an honest, hardworking man. You make a modest living. You go home to the missus, you crack a Bud Light, and then once in a while, you look down and you take a little, look-see at the Johnson. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a pervert, but in honor of Pride Month, I want anyone who identifies as LGBTQIA+ to have access to my mouth. There's just free reign. Whatever you want to do with it, free reign. We're going to work off the honor system, so I trust you. I want my mouth by July 1st looking like one of those bags, the punching bags, speed bags at the gym that's been used so much. It's got like duct tape around my mouth. Not a pervert, but there was a chick at the gym doing those box tightening stretches. You can call them Kegels, but we know what's going on. And I gotta be honest, not a fan of it being too tight. I kind of like more of a relaxed fit when I go inside. I want to know a woman's been liberated, but I didn't say nothing. Who am I to tell Loose Lips Lorraine what to do with her own body? impossible for me to be a racist. I love ethnic women. I love a huge areola, a pizza pan size areola, family size pizza areola. So where do you get them? Sexy ethnic chicks. And sometimes you'll see one popping out of a chick's shirt, like she's got a little button down, and then you see a little sliver of the areola, like the moon in the sky, and you're like, God damn, it's a beautiful night. I'm not a pervert, but I do watch tennis matches and record them, and then I edit the 2-hour tennis match down to 10 minutes of just grunts, and I use that to help me get off. And then at the end, I keep in the applause, so I time it, so as soon as I bust, I get an applause break. Nothing better than that. Cheap, but there was a guy selling chocolates on the train, and way overpriced. $3 for a Snickers? And I don't care that you have your little boy with you trying to use that as a sales tactic, but I'm not paying $3 for a Snickers. And this has nothing to do with me having a big nose and growing up with horns on my head. This is just what's fair is fair. So I bargained with him for 6 minutes. I think it was 4 stops, and I got him to lower the price to $2.50 a Snickers. What's fair is fair. not a pervert, but I missed my train stop again today. Nobody's wearing bras. Everyone's wearing white t-shirts. We got humidity, so you can see everything. There's a wet t-shirt contest going on in the New York subways, and I started throwing money at them, and I didn't even know. They got mad at me, but how much is the eggs? And I didn't even know, so I throw money at them, and they get mad at me. How am I supposed to know you're just civilians? I'm not a pervert, but I was sitting on the train, and this chick walks in with some serious heavy hitters. Very veiny, too. Like, if she was in the entertainment industry, I would have called her Busty Google Maps, city view from over top. And she caught me staring and gave me a dirty look. And I'm like, come on, I was trying to find my house. Protect the voyeur. There's got to be some rules out there. Dude, he was rubbing her box. I could hear the swishing. I thought at first she had mouthwash in. I heard it, but it was just a hungry box. Hungry hippo.